This cartoon has warped our fragile little minds. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 South Park jokes that crossed the line.
Nice.
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're taking a look at instances where South Park got especially controversial and offensive, even to the point that it shocked longtime fans of the show.
Just take them right off. What do you guys want?
Don't say anything, just do it.
Number 10, Cuttlefish and Asparagus.
I give you the human centipede!
The Human Centipede has gained a reputation as one of the most repulsive films ever made. Naturally, South Park simply couldn't resist parodying the infamous horror film. Steve Jobs assumes the role of the Mad Doctor, sewing 3 Apple users together from mouth to anus.
Looks good, guys. Great work.
Unfortunately for Kyle, he's the one who ends up in the middle of Jobs' Human Centipede. While the whole setup is cringeworthy, the scene that really got under people's skin involved an Asian man digesting cuttlefish and asparagus into Kyle's mouth.
Should I eat a cuttlefish and asparagus or the vanilla pesto?
As disgusting as the episode might be, at least it didn't go full sequence on us. Number 9, Chef's Demise. In season 9, South Park flirted with controversy with its mockery of Scientology.
Wait a minute, whoa. You don't actually believe this crap, do you?
But for many people, it was the aftermath in season 10 that truly crossed the line. As a Scientologist, Isaac Hayes felt that he could no longer voice the character of Chef. In response, the creators used pre-recorded dialogue to portray Chef as a child molester that's been brainwashed by a, quote, fruity little club.
Well, how about I meet you boys after work and we can make love?
The kicker comes when Chef falls down a cliff, is impaled, gets attacked by wild animals, and defecates. Watching poor Chef go down in the most demeaning way possible, audiences couldn't help but shout, "You bastards!"
You bastards!
Pity. He would have made an excellent child molester.
Number 8, Britney Spears Shoots Herself.
It's Britney Watch, keeping you up to date with all your Britney Spears news.
2008 was just not Britney Spears' best year, and South Park was there to take advantage. The boys accidentally push Britney to her limits, influencing the pop princess to put a shotgun in her mouth.
I've got a better idea.
You do?
Yeah.
No!
Although the top of her head is blown off, Britney amazingly doesn't die. Even after this suicide attempt, people continue to mock her appearance and behavior.
Well, it's a ballsy new look, I'll give you that.
The episode's relentlessness left the audience feeling uncomfortable throughout. To the creators' credit, however, they did make some thoughtful commentary on how the media and public had been treating the singer, influencing them to just leave Britney alone already.
She's dead.
Well, I think it's time for us to leave the poor girl alone.
Number 7, Cartman's Revenge.
I just got my first pubes.
By the 5th season, Eric Cartman had already proven himself as South Park's resident bad boy. In this episode, though, he went from being a problem child to a flat-out psychopath. As a petty feud with older student Scott Tenorman escalates, Cartman gets his revenge by arranging to have his rival's parents murdered.
My mom and dad are dead?
It doesn't end there, as he grinds up their bodies and feeds them to the unsuspecting Scott.
Oh my God!
On the one hand, the episode boldly pushed boundaries. On the other, we can definitely see why this downright mean-spirited ending left so many people saying, "That's too much."
Jesus Christ, dude.
My mom and dad are dead?
Number 6, HIV-positive.
God damn it, this sucks ass!
South Park has never shied away from poking fun at AIDS, but that didn't make this episode any less outrageous. It all begins when a surgery gone wrong results in Cartman contracting HIV.
Eric, I'm afraid that we've accidentally infected you with the AIDS virus.
Kyle views this as karmic, which influences Cartman to pass the deadly disease onto him. With some help from Magic Johnson, the two eventually find a cure for the virus. Cash, and lots of it. Sadly, not everyone has $180,000 just lying around.
Hey, they just found the cure for AIDS! You just have to inject yourself with all your cash!
Kyle's outburst at Cartman towards the episode's conclusion sums up why AIDS isn't funny.
This isn't funny, AIDS isn't funny, dying isn't funny, so shut the up!
Nevertheless, Cartman still tries to put an HIV-positive spin on things.
You boys both have the virus, are you sure?
We're not just sure, we're HIV positive.
Number 5. Lemmiwinks.
Holy moly! I've got to find a way to get fired for being gay!
Learning that he can sue the school if they fire him for being gay, Mr. Garrison basically turns his classroom into a sex dungeon. Determined to shock his students, Garrison hatches a plan that involves a gerbil, a Bunsen burner, and Mr. Slave's butt. Lemmiwinks soon discovers that he's not the only animal that's been shoved up Slave's rectum, leading to one bile adventure.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
While Matt Stone and Trey Parker found this hilarious, most of their colleagues just thought it was bizarre and would never make it into the finished product. Even to the duo's friends, this episode was as messed up as it was funny.
Children, there's a big difference between gay people and Mr. Garrison. Do you understand that?
Number 4. Ghost Ectoplasm.
I cheated.
A world without internet means no Brazilian fart porn, leaving Randy unable to masturbate.
Brazilian fart fetish porn? Click, click!
Upon getting back online, Randy is finally allowed to unleash weeks of pent-up sexual frustration. But his moans attract unrequested attention and mass vomiting. Randy tries to pass off the white substance covering his body as ectoplasm, but the Ghostbusters reference doesn't get him anywhere.
There was a ghost! This ectoplasm!
After this scene was aired, Trey Parker stated that it was probably the most offensive shot in the show's history and couldn't believe the censors let it slide by. It's really saying something when even the co-creator of South Park admits that the show crossed a line.
All right, folks, it's bedtime. No more internet for today.
Number 3. Muhammad.
Since when do you care about being sensitive to people's religion, Cartman?
South Park has gotten away with a lot, but the censors draw the line when it comes to portraying the Prophet Muhammad. Still, Muhammad actually was depicted in a Season 5 episode alongside Jesus, Buddha, and other religious figures.
Muhammad, the Muslim prophet with the powers of flame.
But when the creators later tried showing Muhammad in a Season 10 two-parter, Comedy Central was not having it.
You mean like the time you had tea with Muhammad, the prophet of the Muslim faith?
Come on, Muhammad, let's get some tea.
They challenged censorship once again in the 200th episode, as the boys attempt to unveil Muhammad to Tom Cruise. In due course, Stone and Parker received a death threat from a radical Muslim group. Muhammad's name was subsequently censored in the 201st episode, along with the episode's message.
Muhammad is our super best friend! Let him go!
Number 2. Christopher Reeve and stem cells.
As most of you know, I am a strong supporter of stem cell research.
Following the accident that paralyzed him, Christopher Reeve became an advocate for stem cell research, which gave Matt and Trey a jaw-dropping idea.
Dude, that's not cool. You shouldn't make fun of Christopher Reeve. Yeah, dude, not cool.
Audiences couldn't believe their eyes when Reeve was depicted sucking fetuses dry. The stem cells eventually turn Reeve into a supervillain, his arch nemesis, of course, being Gene Hackman.
You won't stop me, Hackman!
Knowing that it would be in poor taste, the creators initially held back on satirizing Reeve, but decided to go for it after seeing his Larry King live interview. Even then, they knew the joke would only get by if virtually every character acknowledged that this really wasn't cool. And it wasn't.
Stay clear, guys. Stay clear. Yep, I'm not saying anything.
Number 1. Raping Indiana Jones.
No, what are you gonna do to him?
When Stan and Kyle mentioned that one of their friends was raped, audiences knew that South Park was about to cross the line like never before.
After seeing Indiana get raped, I know I'll never be the same.
Of course, nobody would have predicted that the friend in question was Indiana Jones, who was sexually assaulted by Steven Spielberg and George Lucas. We see Jones get raped multiple times throughout the episode, with each instance being more graphic than the last.
There you go, Lucas, stick him!
While there is some pretty clever satire here, this incredibly dark imagery had a lot of people feeling grossed out, disturbed, and uncertain if they should be laughing. Was Kingdom of the Crystal Skull really that bad?
I bet you can squeal like a pig. Go on, squeal. Squeal now. Squeal. Whee! Squeal. Whee! Squeal louder. Whee!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.